The winner is, Francis, you're the director?
My colleague and paisan, Michael Cimino, for The Deer Hunter.
The Deer Hunter made Michael Cimino untouchable. Heaven's Gate turned that power into delays, dollars, and dread. Typewriters clacked, boardrooms panicked, cameras rolled past the line. You won't see Cimino or United Artists the same way again. Stay tuned. 1978-1979. Los Angeles to New York. Michael Cimino walks studio halls with the cold glow of fresh triumph. The Deer Hunter is roaring through award season, and United Artists leans in, courting prestige like oxygen. Executives talk legacy. Agents talk leverage. Cimino listens, nods, files, promises away. He wants space, time, control. The rooms say yes because winning makes people brave, and brave people sign the checks. He delivers war as memory, not map. Long silences, sudden shock. Walken's thousand-yard ache. A film that feels discovered rather than built. United Artists loves the sheen. They love the headlines more. The relationship hardens into belief. Give the artist an open field, and he will paint the horizon. Behind the compliment sits a simple transaction. He brings statues. They bring freedom. The bargain is public. The terms are not. What changed was scale. Cimino's next vision isn't a movie. It's a county line, Wyoming and Montana. Towns erected, then lived in. Period ledgers, hats, skates, mud. He wants daylight that looks unlit and crowds that move like weather. The plan swells because ambitions do. Schedules stretch like warm taffy. Every department grows a shadow department. Dailies arrive beautiful and late. Beauty excuses lateness until it doesn't. On paper it worked. In person it didn't. The frontier epic needs 3 more days, then 5, then 2 weeks. Background becomes foreground. Foreground becomes yesterday. A shot waits for clouds that refuse to cooperate. Horses nail it. The sun misses its mark. Crews reset. The budget learns a dangerous verb, balloon. United Artists smiles for the trades. In private, they sharpen pencils. Meetings multiply. At the 1979 Oscars, The Deer Hunter lands 9 nominations and 5 wins, Best Picture and Best Director included, while box office climbs toward $48 million on an estimated $15 million budget. The message, repeated in every room, is blunt. The system needs Michael Cimino more than he needs the system. That detail travels faster than any memo. It sticks to decisions like SAP, and the bill came due. Success buys autonomy, and autonomy buys risk. Cimino secures final cut, sprawling locations, extra days, more extras, and the power to chase the right light past the calendar's edge. United Artists nods, then watches the nod turn into a ledger. From there, the silence does the talking. Schedules slip, nerves fray, and a premiere date looms like weather. Next up, when the open field became quicksand, 1979 to 1980. The cameras roll across Montana plains so wide they swallow reason. Cimino calls for dawnlight, then dusk, then neither. Just the right haze between them. Extras mill in full costume for days without film turning. The crew begins to whisper about mileage and meals. One production manager leaves, another quits. Cimino replaces both. He tells reporters, "We're building America from the dirt up." They write it down like scripture. Each setup expands, real mud, real gunfire, real time. 11-month stretch into legend. Costs climb from $15 million toward $40. United Artists' phones ring like alarms. Executives fly in, see beauty, and leave with ulcers. Cimino screens dailies so breathtaking that no one can say no. A camera drift through morning fog. Horses drift through mist like memory. But under the beauty, panic hums. Here's the part people forget. Heaven's Gate looked perfect in pieces. The trouble came in total. First assembly, 5 hours. Preview cut, 3. Final submission, 219 minutes. Cimino insists every frame matters. The boardroom sighs. The director's cut wins. November 19th, 1980. New York premiere. Champagne and disaster share the same carpet. Critics walk out before the second hour. Headlines the next morning are knives. The most scandalous waste in Hollywood history, one columnist writes. The phrase sticks harder than the film itself. Within 24 hours, United Artists yanks it from release. Re-editing begins at once. The 149-minute version limps into theaters in 1981 and earns less than $4 million. The film that was meant to crown a studio instead buries it. UA's losses crest near $44 million. The sale to MGM follows. From there, the silence did the talking. Cimino's phone stopped ringing. Projects evaporated. 5 years in exile. His name became shorthand for excess, a warning whispered in budgeting meetings. Yet the footage stayed. The light, the fog, the stubborn dream. Next, how the man who built an empire on control found himself erased from its map. 1981-1985. The industry shuts its doors politely. Cimino, once the miracle worker of The Deer Hunter, now wears a different legend. Agents deflect calls. Studios invoke timing. Even his friends turn cautious. For 5 years, he drifts through rewrites and half-promises, walking the city like a ghost. But ghosts adapt. He returns with Dino De Laurentiis, a producer too seasoned to fear a cursed name. The project, Year of the Dragon, a crime epic set in New York's Chinatown, steeped in neon, sweat, and rage. Cimino, still obsessed with precision, stages real parades, real smoke, real rain. Cameras capture the grit of Canal Street, as if the asphalt itself were an actor. On set, tension simmers, extras exhausted, police on standby, curfews ignored. What changed was the climate. America's mood had cooled toward indulgence. When the film opens in 1985, the visuals stun, but the fallout is swift. Advocacy groups condemn it for stereotypes. Critics divide. The box office falters. Stylish but tone-deaf, one headline sneers. Cimino's comeback turns conditional. Technically dazzling, politically blind. The press files it under talent uncontained. He smiles through interviews, quoting art and destiny, but his eyes have the weight of someone who's seen the bill come due twice. From there, the silence did the talking again. Hollywood's patience has a half-life, and his had expired. Projects fell apart before casting. Budgets vanished mid-meeting. He would make only 3 more films, each smaller, each lonelier. Next, How the Sicilian and Beyond marked the slow fade of a man once promised the whole frontier. 2012, Venice. The lagoon mirrors the ghosts of reels once burned by critics. Michael Cimino. Silver hair, tucked beneath dark glasses, steps onto the red carpet for Heaven's Gate. The director's cut. 216 minutes, nearly his original vision. The audience braces for endurance. Instead, they stand. Applause rolls like surf. The same film that once killed a studio now resurrects its maker. It's not vindication, exactly. It's survival by memory. Restoration labs had spent years rebalancing color, rescuing sound, and polishing frames once dismissed as indulgent. Now, the slow tracking shots that once drew laughter play as poetry. Critics who once mocked his ambition call it tragic grandeur. Younger directors cite it as influence. The story of ruin becomes a parable of obsession reclaimed. Heaven's Gate lives again, not as a bomb, but as a monument to risk. But then, Cimino retreats. He grants few interviews, writes under aliases, vanishes into stillness. In 2016, word spreads quietly. He's gone, age 77, Los Angeles. Obituaries call him the last romantic of New Hollywood. They list the same milestones: The Deer Hunter, the Oscars, the fall, the long silence, the return. His name, once shorthand for disaster, now glows with something softer: defiance. The arc feels mythic: victory, hubris, exile, resurrection. A man who demanded everything from film and gave everything back. He built an America too wide for its frame and paid the price in full. So, what do you think? Was Michael Cimino a cautionary tale, or the proof that art and ruin sometimes share the same light? If you're still watching, subscribe for the next story: another legend who flew too close to the projector.